This channel does not promote any violent, harmful, or illegal activities. All content provided by this channel is meant for an educational purpose only.
Though in 28, my client is not a party, but there are other matters, my lord, in the list which are connected to this, my lord. But before all my learned senior friends start, my lord, my only prayer is that if it can be taken up on the other side of the vacation.
All right. And are you taking steps in the meantime?
Yes, my lord, because
Right.
my lord,
Trying to find out a solution.
no, my lord, my client has taken a decision to prefer an appeal from this order, but my lord, we have not been able to obtain a certified copy for the last 11 days. We have applied. But that's why I was, my lord, praying, my lord, to take it on the other side of the vacation, my lord. Thereafter, my lord, eventually, my lord, if steps are required, that's a different thing.
Happens in the appeal court is something different, but in the meantime, let the petitioner work.
There we have no, we have nothing to say with regard to that. Your lordship already protected them, my lord. But as far as our consideration is concerned, there was a direction
But
to
then
consider.
do not take any steps so that the protection granted is
My lord,
frustrated.
your lordship, my lord, only for my lord, reminding, my lord, I am appealing for the state in this matter.
I
The
understand.
restraint order is on the private respondents.
Yes, I understand.
And my lord, there is no allegation as far as the state is concerned directly that we are restraining anyone from working. And I made that submission, my lord, consistently. But my lord, for the simple reason that we have not been able to obtain the, well, whatever may be the reason, my lord, if your lordship places it on the other side, my lord, then my lord,
Let me hear once. Who are you for?
Yes, my lord, I am appearing for, my lord, one of the petitioners, Mr. Kingshuk De, my lord, who has also filed a contempt application which is not there in the list today.
All right.
But, my lord, I just indicate one thing. After my lord has passed, my lord's order in the writ petition, my lord, which is followed by contempt application, 2 orders passed, my lord, in the contempt matter, my lord, situation has become even worse.
Worsened.
Now, my lord, because of this, my lord, litigations that we have initiated, my lord, there is, my lord, a vindictive, my lord, attitude shown towards us. Messages are, my lord, being flooded, my lord, in the, my lord, WhatsApp group and everywhere. My lord, people are making statement that, my lord, this order has no binding effect and they are not, my lord, going to hear, my lord, listen to this order. My lord, those, my lord, everything we have annexed, my lord, to our contempt application. We have used a supplementary affidavit. Now, my lord, situation is even worse.
In fact, my lord, all these petitioners have been ostracized. Well, they have been debarred. Virtually, they are now out of work.
You know, there is a
From the date when your lordship passed the first order.
You know,
But I have also used this second supplementary affidavit. Well, the directive has been issued by the contender number 1. Well, indicating that the federation's directives are binding.
saying that we should be boycotted. But that
Who has passed the order
with
for
the contender
boycotting?
number 1, contender number 5 in my contempt application. My lord,
But see, these contender number 1 or 5, they possibly are not statutory authorities.
no. But my lord, applying my lord, the Seward principle, my lord, Seward versus Patterson principle, my lord, the order is binding on them. They can't, my lord, just my lord, turn a blind eye, my lord, to the order passed by your lordship.
Well, in fact, I can satisfy your lordship about the maintainability of the writ petitions here and now. If they allow me, I'll only show my 2 judgments of the Supreme Court on the issue whether the writ is maintainable or not.
Tell me, the department was was directed to take some
yes, my lord,
decision
take a decision and place it before your lordship, my lord.
today.
Today.
What happened to that decision? Was
Sir,
the decision taken?
But decision has not been taken, my lord.
Why?
On the
On
contrary, my
the
lord,
plea that you will prefer an appeal.
my lord, we had started taking steps, my lord, long back. Today is at least the 11th day, my lord.
Yes.
But in the meantime, we approached the Honorable Division Bench also for our remedies, my lord, without certified copy, etc., my lord. But it was not possible. My lord,
Why was it not
because the
possible?
court directed that since you have applied, you wait for it, certified copy you'll get. My lord, but even throughout the last week, my lord, the department could not provide us with the certified copy, my lord. It's not that we have not taken any steps, my lord. We have taken steps, my lord. If required, I can show the documents also because
No,
all these are
showing
documented.
me will not help. What I can see is that there is an order you have not complied with and no stay order.
But
This
that
is what
am
I
praying
can see.
for placing the decision. I am praying, my lord, a week's time. A week's time will take us on the other side of the vacation in any event.
But
So I
what
started
step
from there.
have you taken to consider the
Well, we
representation?
have received the representations. They are, my learned seniors will agree that quite bulky representations have been given to us. But my lord, today I cannot place any decision before your
My
lordship.
shooting is suspended.
But that's a different thing. State has
Somebody
not
is-
suspended.
But, my lord, we
State
have
has not
done-
suspended
No,
anyone.
but I'm not saying, my lord,
Somebody's
that state has suspended.
right to life is being infringed and state is not taking any step to
Can you
protect
see
the right of these people. This is what is
Well,
troubling the court.
As far as
Nothing else.
today is concerned, my lord, we were supposed to place the decision.
Yes,
That we are not in a position to place today.
because if the decision is placed, then at least the court gets to know what is the stand of the state in this impasse that has been created. This is what I want to know. Otherwise, I do not know what is happening.
If my lord kindly
Because the submission that is being made, they are not,
kindly see my lord
they
the
are
materials
boycotted,
once.
they are ostracized, and all these
Can we
things.
just see the materials once, because my lord, my contempt
My lord,
application
the
is not there in the
difficulty
list to
is that, my lord, to
Let the
counter,
contempt appear. Let the contempt appear.
my lord, to counter these arguments, I really don't want to counter anyone's arguments, my lord, because
You are the state.
Yes. But my lord, if it is to be done, my lord, then the facts are to be placed before lordship, my lord, that whose work, what work is on the floor,
They have to
how
pass
much
the
work
results
is
of
there
the
on the
contempt
floor
first.
or not.
Then, my lord,
These submissions also I made on the last occasion, my lord, but problem is that, my lord, I am not appearing for an adversarial party.
No,
I am not.
you have to take a balanced stand because you are the state.
My role is of that of a, my lord, parents patria, my lord. But, my lord, if I may put it in this way, I know this submission cannot be made, but if I place the decision with your lordship, my lord, then the other decision to carry an appeal, my lord, becomes infructuous.
Mr. Bandyopadhyay should be our protector, my lord. We are
That submission I am myself making it. Mr. Banerjee, I am making the submission myself.
My lord, may I just-
shooting went on without any hindrance.
My
my
lord,
lord, there was
both-
no shooting, my lord.
Under
Some
no
One of the
circumstances,
supplementary
state or the state respondents or the officers who are there in respondent, there are adversary to the petitioners in this matter at least. And that is also, my lord, the role assigned by your lordship, my lord, in the
Yes.
lordship's order also, my lord.
Should not be.
It's a state's
At
obligation,
least,
my lord, to
You should see
Well,
that the right to life and livelihood is not
My
infringed.
lord, at the same time, my lord, the right that the as a respondent before lordship, my lord, the right they have, my lord, if the decision has been taken to exercise that right, my lord, kindly gives us at least a fortnight's time to come back, my lord.
kindly
Fortnight
ensure that
will
we can
mean
carry
that
on our work in the
those
meantime.
interim orders are already there, my lord. My other learned friends will
Who
address
is
your
going
lordship.
to ensure and how it can be
Or
ensured?
at least police
My lord,
protection,
may I-
my lord, for insurance,
my lord-
my lord, my-
You think by police protection he'll be able to do the
Let
work?
us, my lord, try our hand once.
Be reasonable.
Lord, may I just indicate one thing?
Mr.
My lord,
Bandyopadhyay is here. I can direct the police. But do you think it will be reasonable? Will it be feasible?
my lord, try our hand. If it doesn't work, my lord, we'll come back, my lord, and we'll, my lord, bother your Mr. Mojumdar. The police Mr. Mojumdar, my lord, is ready.
মানে when I was, it is all identical material, but I tell your lordship was pleased to pass certain orders. These orders are not respected by the concerned contemners. Well, I tell you, this is a peculiar case. When I was holding the conference yesterday, it appears really, literally, that something is really rotten in film industry, and your lordship can only
state
exercise
is
that.
the state has been directed to find out a solution to the impasse that has been created. Now, the state intends to prefer appeal, and possibly steps are being taken to prefer appeal. Now, that
There
we
is no
cannot
appeal.
stand.
There is no appeal.
As on date, no
Don't
appeal
appeal.
because certified copy was not available, and without the
But, there is no
certified
appeal
copy,
today.
this is what the submission
But
is.
it is very strange that the state is taking up the cudgels on behalf of certain
No, we are not.
association. Absolutely, my lord. I'm sorry to make that submission.
Whatever.
Yes.
Now, on the very first day, I made it clear that the court was interfering only to the limited extent
Yes.
that right to life and livelihood should be protected.
Right.
Nothing else.
Right.
Right. Now, how this is to be done? If somebody
Yes.
is stopping somebody or preventing somebody from working,
Yes.
your junior was making submission, let the police be there. Do you think that is feasible that the
Well, I
police is
tell
going
you,
to stand
Lordship,
there and can get your work done?
My lord,
Make one submission, my lord.
Access-
Federation is to be restrained, my lord, to interfere with the affairs of
My
the
lord,
film
that-
industry.
my-
My lord, that order will suffice, because otherwise what happens, my lord, all these associations.
Firstly, what is the right of the federation? The court is not yet gone into it.
These are, the other associations are affiliates or constituents of the federations.
Right.
The federations is dictating their work. They said if you follow my direction, they have now come up with a code of conduct of 2022, since your lordships have said that the earlier code of conduct is no longer valid. That code of conduct also expired, but according to their own showing on 31st of March of 2025. Now they are reimposing the conditions which was, my lord, on the submissions made by the learned advocate.
Expired earlier.
Expired earlier. They actually restored the scholar with a new code of conduct allegedly signed in 2022. It was not disclosed.
what
on the
is
first
being
day.
done here, that a submission was made.
No,
We are
they
coming to that.
suppressed.
My lord, a submission was made that the code of conduct is not there. My lord, thereafter, when the matter is pending before this honorable court, they come out with a memorandum of settlement or arrangement with the IMPA that which is in fact in verbatim reproduction of the earlier code of conduct.
And which is
My lord, your lordship was pleased to pass this order sometime in the month of April. Thereafter, 3rd May. So thereafter, my lord, your lordship will find from the records, find from the WhatsApp messages that constantly efforts have been made to, my lord, interfere with my client's right under Article 19(1)A and 19(1)G.
That has been taken care of in the order, and
Yes, my lord, that
it
is why, my lord,
specific.
absolutely, my lord, I bow down to your lordship. But that order has to be enforced. The state says that the state is going to test this order in appeal. So, my lord, lordship will find that the nexus is apparent.
No, I'm sorry. Absolutely not.
Kindly take your
Well, as far as state's point is concerned, he has not seen my points in appeal.
Page 170 of the
State is never restrained by your lordship.
say, your lordship has taken note of this code of conduct. Well, that expired supposedly on 30th April 2015.
Right, I know.
They introduced a new code of conduct, my lord, saying that this was, my lord, virtually your lordship did not approve this code of conduct. Then how it could be, my lord, enforced upon?
Reinstated. It has been reinstated.
Expired in 31st March.
Then each and every term of the code of conduct has to be gone into like scrutinizing a settlement.
My lord,
There is-
how this
There
can
is
be
large-scale
enforced upon?
exploitation which has been sought to be stopped.
This is a-
18 to 19 hours of work on a day for payment towards payment of 8 hours of duty.
Virtually a
My lord,
small thing
my lord,
is
this is a kind, my lord, your lordship will find a cartel is working in this industry.
This has been
which
sponsored
is
by the
regulated-
producers.
Which
This
is
is paragraph 12
regulated
from the
without any
petition.
authority of law.
Whose behest this writ petition has been filed?
Yes, it has
At the
been-
behest of the producers.
and
said
the
so?
and the
Let's go to paragraph 12 at page 8.
The directors are there, my lord, they can go to the box and say that it is there.
This is a facade.
In fact, they have been stopped in working.
Milord, may I? Milord,
Mr. Law is also present.
Is anybody representing the federation today?
only one indulgence.
September 5, I represent.
He is a federation.
You are the federation.
In the content, my lord, he is the respondent number 1, that is the secretary or president. He is, my lord, orchestrating everything.
Let the federation not interfere with the work of the petitioners. Whoever is the petitioners.
The order that has not been violated.
that has been
Milord-
violated and violated time and again. Every minute it is being violated.
Milord,
The order should be
Milord, may I?
conformed with its true spirit.
Milord-
My lord, they are trying to circumvent the order. That also amounts to contempt.
Certainly it does.
Page,
Milord-
The federation do not interfere.
of
If
this one.
what-
Otata.
any, my lord, anybody attached to the film industry,
That's the problem.
assistant
It is
director,
sponsored by a settlement.
my lord, the designers, nobody's work should be
Yes, just
interfered
show
with.
the terms of the
Because
settlement.
those,
Why will the court look into these terms?
Mr. Bandhavadhyay wants
I'm
to
saying this code of conduct cannot be
Certainly not.
enforced.
I tell you, Lordship, there are 26 my lord, unions or associations. My lord, the FCTWEI claims to be, my lord, at the helm of affairs. My lord, I have found out from the official website, I can show it to your lordship right now, of the Department of Information and Cultural Affairs, Government of West Bengal, that West Bengal Film Academy would act as an umbrella with regard to any dispute which arises in the film industry. My lord, kindly take this one. And the state is preferring that. Kindly take. So, my lord, today, I put the question to myself with all humility. My lord, today, it has been marked, I'm so sorry, my lord. Today, I put the question to myself with all humility. Has state authorized this particular FCTWEI or delegated its powers, which is otherwise apparent from their website, so that they can act as umbrella? Kindly take, this is official website, but I've downloaded it myself. So kindly take it from me that this is from their website. Kindly mark what is the functions of West Bengal Film Academy. It has to be read in conjunction with the About Us page of this department. And what is the duty and responsibility?
That is exactly the reason the state was directed to consider.
I put the question.
Nothing.
With the deepest of respect to Mr. Mojumdar, state cannot be made answerable for preferring an appeal. My right to appeal. My right to appeal arises from where he files the application before your lordship. It's a statutory right to appeal. Number one. Number two, what he has handed over, I do not know. If I have understood correctly that he has an alternative remedy, he should approach the dispute resolution forum. If there is a dispute resolution forum according to the writ petitioner, he must approach them.
Once your lordship goes through this entirety of this particular website.
The dispute resolution forum is not taking steps in.
Yes.
But their cause of action is the writ petition is that there is a committee which we say is a non-existent committee which is not appearing anywhere in the books, in the records. Their entire writ petition is there, my lord. I can demonstrate from the pleadings. Their cause of action is not
Which
this.
committee does not
It's a
exist?
committee where they say their pleaded case is that in July 2024 there was an impasse in which, my lord, the Honorable Chief Minister interfered and directed a committee to be formed. They say that this committee is not holding meetings and not removing the impasse. That is the cause of action in the
No,
writ
but the
petition.
department is there.
This is something else. This is not their cause of action.
The department is functional.
Department is functional, my
The
lord.
department should take steps irrespective of the fact
My lord, I
that
understand
preferred
that. That is,
appeal or not is
but-
different.
but that is, my lord, that is your lordship's directions dated 3rd of April.
Yes. From April till the 19th of May, see, nothing has been done. The contempt, in the meantime, one over here and the other there, 2 contempt applications have come up. Then what is to be done? If somebody's life and livelihood is taken away,
Rule
they
is to
will
be
have-
issued, my lord. Rule is to be.
I will not make one single submission on the contempt because I am quite aware that my clients are not contemptors in the contempt.
Absolutely.
So I will not make any submission with regard to the contempt.
But then,
But
since
as-
you are a party in the
but
writ petition, you ensure that they are.
That is why I started by saying, because, my lord, as an officer of your lordship's court, I understood on the last day when the contempt came up that what is falling from your lordship, my lord, and that is why the consideration which was to be placed on 19th May, that is today, was extremely important. I understood that. I did not make any submission with regard to that. But, my lord, there are certain things, my lord, where the
Please come.
right is there of my client to
My lord,
prefer an appeal.
my
my
lord,
lord.
only one indulgence.
That's why I started by saying that kindly post it on the other side of the vacation.
My lord, my learned
And in the meantime, my lord, all the production, direction work would be, my lord, postponed. Postponed
Yes.
at the whims and caprices of one association.
Yes, what is your submission?
Mr. Bandyopadhyay, my learned senior friend's client, have implemented us, my lord, contempt number 228, my lord, as party contemptors, alleged contemptors. My lord, in the writ petition, we are not made parties. My lord, allegations have been made, we are not aware of this, in a way. Because unless I get to know and I get to have the opportunity to respond to it, my lord, the contempt I'm a party, allegations have been made. I do not know what is the act of contempt, my lord. And the question is, my lord, the implementation of order, my lord, so far as your lordship's observation,
Why hasn't a copy of the application been
my lord,
served?
we are not a
Con-
party. We are not a party in the writ petition.
Writ petition.
Yes.
In the
Number
writ
one.
petition, the federation is a party. Are you the member of?
Yes. Question is, my lord, my lord, in law we expect certain certainties.
Yes.
Now, my lord, on the one hand, you say that these writ petitioners, that we have violated the order, my lord. We are the violators. Now, my lord, in the writ petition, my lord, what is the exact allegation, the premise of the writ petition? My lord, I do not know about it. Know about it means I do not get the opportunity. If your lordship wants to decide
Was the
it,
federation represented?
my lord, representation, I am the individual person. Kindly see what are the parties. Tapan Kumar Ganguly, president, seen a video. What is the act of
No, in
contempt?
the writ petition,
the
the
quasi-
federation was represented.
Federation was represented, but the other organization was a separate body and Millard affiliated to the federation. Millard, they have individual complaint and contempt. Millard,
He
this
is
cannot
one
be
of
like
the
this.
26
Millard,
children.
Mujumdar,
He is one of the
Mr. Mujumdar,
26 children of this parent.
that is not the correct interpretation of law.
Well, kindly protect us in the
We are talking about the atmosphere, climate of intolerance in the industry on the one hand, and on the other, Millard, they are making allegations, wild allegations, without making us party
Yes,
in the
wild
petition.
allegations will be
Mr.
seen
Modipai,
in
this
the
allegation.
representing the state
Painted by their own imagination.
that an appeal is sought to be preferred
It's a worthy
against the order passed by this bench. Stop. It appears that
vivid one. Not ending.
wide order dated 3rd April 2025, the court directed the Secretary, Department of Information and Cultural Affairs, Government of West Bengal, to consider the issues raised by the petitioner with regard to the right to carry on profession independently. Stop. A decision was to be placed before this court today. Stop. The same has not been done.
No.
Stop. Prayer has been made to adjourn the matter till the other side of the vacation. Stop. The court on the same date, that is 3rd April 2025, directed that the respondent number 5, that is the Federation of Senior Technicians, will not, senior technician, be restrained from interfering with the independent functioning of the petitioner in performing work, and none of the fundamental right to life and livelihood and the right to carry on business, comma, trade and profession be interfered. Stop. Paragraph. A contempt application has been filed alleging that there is violation of the restraint order passed against the Federation. Stop. The members of the Federation have been impleaded as parties in the contempt application. Stop. Paragraph. The learned advocates representing the Federation and the other parties in the contempt application deny the allegations made in the contempt application. Stop. Paragraph. For the time being, the court is not entering into the allegation and counter allegation of the parties. Stop. As it has been submitted that the order of the court is not being complied with, accordingly, the
subsequent order was also passed on
Achha.
7th May.
Accordingly, the Secretary of the Department of Information and Cultural Affairs is directed to ensure that the fundamental right of the petitioner is not infringed in any manner whatsoever. Stop. None should interfere with the right to life and business, comma, trade and profession of the petitioner. Stop. If required, the Secretary may take the help of the jurisdictional police station to ensure that the work of the petitioner is not interfered with in any manner, and the petitioner can perform the work independently without interference from any party whatsoever.
And we may register our complaints with the Secretary in the meantime.
If the petitioner faces any difficulty or interference, comma, the petitioner shall report the same immediately to the Secretary of the Department. Stop. And department who will take immediate remedial steps on receipt of the complaint, comma, if any.
Another thing, that no technician should be prevented. Otherwise, all technicians should be separately prevented. No technician should be prevented to work with us.
I am for respond number 10 to 14, but before your lordship passes that, bear with me for 2 minutes. I am not a particular repetition, so I don't have an opportunity to come.
Who are you?
I am these technicians that Mr. Bandyopadhyay wants to see.
No, they are not the technician. They are the association of
You certainly cannot stop somebody from working.
They are the stopping.
It is
If you are not stopping, don't stop. You will not be bothered by the order. Then the
Modifying a
They are
settlement
not the technicians. They are the secretary and president of their association.
and modifying a settlement.
the
Lordship has provided an order that tomorrow if I don't want
see
to
today one technician is coming.
Yes.
Tomorrow somebody else will object,
No,
and
only
each
thing
and every
what
day
they are
this
doing
cannot
is
be done.
I tell you, Lordship,
The
this submission,
association is stopping the technicians to work with us.
this
If the technicians, they should not be stopped.
Millard, kindly.
You
1
can
minute.
you have been given liberty to approach the secretary. You approach the secretary with whatever prayers, because do not restrict to the technicians.
No.
One thing is
What
very
happens,
clear.
what they can do cannot do directly.
They are doing it indirectly. I can understand.
Millard, same applies to us.
Supplementary affidavit. The supplementary affidavit. What they have done.
you're forcing me to work for you.
Yes,
What they have done.
now one of the nexus is apparent. I am grateful to Mr. Banerjee.
Yes.
I am grateful to Mr. Banerjee.
This is clear.
Release.
Set up by
Yes.
Malad, this will
16th I am relisting it.
But Millard, it is our fervent prayer before your Lordship. Millard, kindly decide the list, Millard, forever, Millard.
Why?
Because
Appeal
Millard,
will be preferred. Go before the division bench.
Malad,
against
28,
anyone.
Because
Write it
my
out.
lord, what has
28
happened,
is
my
the
lord?
contempt.
20.
Item 28 is the contempt. Sole
Right.
contempt appearing in the list.
Yes.
38 is the lead writ.
But there is
Item
another
38,
contempt in item 40.
and thereafter, my lord, 49 to 60.
49.
No, 49 to 61, তাই তো?
38 will also appear on the 16th of
16th?
June.
Yes.
পরের আইটেম গুলো
Right.
বলে দাও 49 থেকে
49
1 minute, DP Babu.
49 to 61.
1 minute, please. 38 is the writ.
38 is the writ.
And
I think that was the lead writ.
40.
My lord, in 49 there is a contempt application which is not
Appearing na last item টা দেখো
38.
61.
Let this matter appear on 16th June 2025.
My lord,
The respondents,
61, my lord.
49 to 61 তো and same order of
the
38
order
and 49 to
passed
61.
the order passed today in CPAN 698/2025 in WPS 7566/2025 shall be applicable in the instant case also. ঠিক আছে, এটা 38 হলো, এটা এবারে হচ্ছে 49 to
61.
61. Same order will be there.
One thing, my lord, jurisdictional police
Ha.
station, your lordship has indicated.
Jurisdictional police station.
Police stations, my lord, because
Any?
outdoor shooting. Outdoor
আচ্ছা, পুলিশ স্টেশনস, যেখানে জুরিসডিকশনাল পুলিশ স্টেশন বলেছিলাম ওটা স্টেশনস হবে। And where is the other contempt you say?
My lord, in 49, my lord. Item number
49. Give the number so that it can appear.
will give, my lord. Hey, number
49 contempt CPAN number.
CPA.
49 এতে একটা নোট করে নিন। Let CPAN
হ্যাঁ তাহলে সার্টিফাইড কপি দিচ্ছেন
My lord, I have given the number, my lord.
CPAN such and such appear along with the writ petition on 16th of June.
grateful, my lord.
Same order as 38. শুধু CPAN-টা যাচ্ছে ওইটার সঙ্গে 49 এর সঙ্গে।
Lord, through your lordships, may I request the file to be sent down to the department, my lord, of item number 38.
Send down।
Great.
এটা পাঠিয়ে দেবেন তো।
Grateful, my lord.